President-elect Joe Biden addressed the nation today, calling the violence domestic terrorism.
And now top Democrats and at least one Republican are calling for President Trump's removal from office. Today, crews began building a 7-foot wall around the Capitol building. It'll stay there for the next 30 days. And new images are pouring in from yesterday's crisis at the Capitol. They show lawmakers barricading themselves inside, many of them wearing gas masks. CBS 2's Dick Brennan here now with more on the calls for the president's removal by invoking the 25th Amendment. Dick.
Yeah, serious stuff here, Maurice and Christine. The 25th Amendment calls for the removal of the president if he cannot carry out his duties. The vice president and a majority of the cabinet would have to make that determination. If the president objects, Congress decides the issue. But the inauguration is just 13 days away, and the president-elect Joe Biden is blasting Mr. Trump over the siege at the Capitol.
They weren't protesters. Don't dare call them protesters. They were a riotous mob, insurrectionists, domestic terrorists.
President-elect Joe Biden blaming President Trump for inciting yesterday's outbreak of lawlessness on Capitol Hill.
He unleashed an all-out assault on our institutions of our democracy from the outset. And yesterday was but the culmination of that unrelenting attack.
And now the House Speaker is threatening to impeach President Trump if the 25th Amendment is not invoked.
I joined the Senate Democratic leader in calling on the Vice President to remove this president by immediately invoking the 25th Amendment. If the Vice President and the Cabinet do not act, the Congress may be prepared to move forward with impeachment. Longtime
Trump loyalist William Barr issued a stunning statement, the former Attorney General saying orchestrating a mob to pressure Congress is inexcusable. The president's conduct yesterday was a betrayal of his office and his supporters. The first Trump cabinet member has resigned in the fallout from the Capitol siege. Transportation Secretary Elaine Chao, who is married to Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, says she was deeply troubled by the entirely avoidable events at the Capitol building. The FBI is hunting for people caught on camera during the siege. Some breached the Senate chamber. One sat at a desk inside Speaker Nancy Pelosi's office.
The government did this to us. We were normal, good, law-abiding citizens, and you guys did this to us.
New York Congressman Hakeem Jeffries described what he saw when he surveyed the damage left by the mob.
That's correct. In front of my Capitol Hill office, there was urination. As part of the desecration, that was the clear intent of what was occurring, as well as the assaults on the officers, the rummaging through the different offices. It was just a disgraceful display of insurrection.
The government is now moving in 6,200 National Guard members. President Trump is promising a peaceful transition, but even old friends are criticizing him.
When it comes to accountability, the president needs to understand that his actions were the problem, not the solution.
The New York Times reports that President Trump is considering pardoning himself in the final days of his presidency. He's said to be worried about being prosecuted by his enemies. It's not clear, though, if he is legally able to do that. Maurice and Christine.
All right, Dick, thank you.